Imagine you are standing on the deck of largest ship ever built. The ocean stretches endlessly around you. Music fills the air, laughter echoes across the decks. Everything feels perfect, but in just a few hours, this magnificent vessel would become the scene of one of the deadliest maritime disasters in the history. This is the story of RMS Titanic. At the beginning of the 20th century, countries competed to build bigger, faster, and more luxurious ocean liners. The British shipping company White Star Line wanted to create the most impressive passenger ship the world had ever seen. Construction of the Titanic began in 1909 at the Harland and Wolff shipyard in Belfast. More than 15,000 workers spent over 2 years building the enormous vessel. When completed, Titanic measured nearly 269 meters or 882 feet in length. It weighed over 14 It weighed over 46,000 tons and featured elegant dining rooms, luxurious cabins, swimming pools, Turkish baths, libraries, and even gymnasium. For many people, it represented the peak of modern engineering. On April 10, 1912, Titanic began her maiden voyage from Southampton, England, heading for the New York City. Along the way, the ship stopped briefly in Cherbourg, France, and Queenstown, Ireland, before crossing the Atlantic Ocean. More than 2,200 people were on board, including wealthy businessmen, immigrants seeking a better life, crew members, musicians, engineers, and families traveling together. The Titanic was often described as nearly unsinkable. This belief came from its advanced design, which included 16 watertight compartments. Engineers believed that if several compartments flooded, the ship would still remain afloat. However, no ship is truly unsinkable. This confidence caused many people to underestimate the danger of the open ocean. Everything was okay, but after a few hours, the conditions created a dangerous illusion. At 11:40 p.m. on April 14, 1912, lookouts suddenly spotted an iceberg directly ahead. They immediately rang the warning bell and telephoned the bridge. The officers ordered the ship to turn. And attempted to avoid a collision, but the iceberg was simply too close. The starboard side of the Titanic scraped along the iceberg, opening several narrow tears below the waterline. Instead of one massive hole, the damage stretched across multiple sections of the ship. Seawater quickly poured into the forward compartments. Within minutes, the engineers realized the unimaginable. The Titanic was going to sink. At first, many passengers were unaware of the seriousness of the situation. Some continued talking, reading, or sleeping. Crew members began preparing the lifeboats, but many people hesitated to leave the warm, brightly lit ship. Even worse, Titanic carried only enough lifeboats for about half of those on the board. At the time, maritime safety regulations were outdated and based on ship size. Category rather than its full passenger capacity. As the night grew older, the bow slowly disappeared beneath the freezing Atlantic Ocean. The ship's band continued playing music to help keep passengers calm. Crew members guided women and children into lifeboats. Engineers remained below deck, keeping the electrical system running for as long as possible so the lights stayed on, the distress signals could continue. This courage helped save many lives. At approximately 2:20 a.m. on April 15, 1912, after more than 2.5 hours of the flooding, Titanic finally broke up. And disappeared beneath the ocean. Hundreds of people entered the water that was close to freezing. Most victims died from hypothermia within minutes. Out of more than 2,200 passengers and crew, over 1,500 lost their lives. It remains one of the deadliest space-time maritime disasters in the history. The rescue ship RMS Carpathia arrived several hours later after receiving the Titanic's distress calls. It rescued around 700 survivors from the lifeboats. The tragedy shocked the entire world. Newspapers across the globe covered the disaster for weeks. Question quickly emerged. Why were there not enough lifeboats? Why was the ship traveling so fast in an area known for icebergs? Could more lives have been saved, but who knows the truth? The sinking of the Titanic transformed maritime safety forever. International agreements required enough lifeboats for everyone on board. Continuous radio watches became mandatory. Ice patrols were established to monitor dangerous iceberg regions in the North Atlantic. These changes have helped protect countless lives over the past century. For nearly 73 years, Titanic rested silently on the ocean floor, more than 3,800 meters beneath the surface. In 1985, a team led by oceanographer Dr. Robert Ballard discovered the wreck. The discovery amazed the world and renewed interest in Titanic's story. Since then, scientists have explored the wreck using remote operated vehicles and advanced underwater technology. Unfortunately, the wreck continues to deteriorate due to bacteria, rain, and the immense pressure of the deep ocean. Experts believe one day much of the ship may disappear entirely. More than a century has passed since Titanic's first and final voyage, yet its story continues to inspire books, documentaries, scientific research, and films as well. The Titanic reminds us that technology, no matter how advanced, cannot eliminate every risk. It teaches the importance of the preparation, humility, and learning from tragedy. The ship may rest at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, but its legacy continues to shape maritime safety and captive people around the world. The Titanic's voyage lasted only a few days, but its impact has lasted for generations. It stands as a symbol of human ambitions, innovation, courage, and importance of learning from the past. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this documentary, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next journey into the history. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the stories that shaped our world.
Stories untold.